The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Great to have you along. UB Stadium in Buffalo, home to the Buffalo Bulls. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the UMass Minutemen, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Buffalo Bulls. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Bulls will kick it away to start us off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lemon. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Looking to the big tight end. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted. All right, guys, let's take a minute and think about UMass. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
UMass getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Got it behind the line. It's Bowie. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. Brought down at the 33-yard line as his defense gets a 3rd down stop. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
The sweet feet buy a little time. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Let's take a minute to talk about the big picture for Buffalo. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, Number one on the goal sheet is to win your confidence.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough. So got to continue to play well within the conference.
Quarterback making adjustments. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Off play action on first down. Here comes the heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense got it. They're on the run.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, if I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there, if I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws for the tight end. Working the big fella to the corner.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
A first down run on the doorstep. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Under fire. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, UMass. They put the first points on the board. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Running back searching for a hole. Turning it on. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. To the air on first down. Makes the grab on the left. Got room at the 35. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Unloads to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Backed up now, here's second and long. Looking to fire. Steps away. He'll throw it. This time it's complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. And the Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. Might be changing the route. From the red zone, looking for a man. on the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. That's the end of the period, and it's UMass out front. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Come on, set.
They go to the ground, and there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
On third down, he drops to throw. It's complete to the left. He did not make it. A stone wall on third down.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that third down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
The Bulls will try to convert on fourth down. Might be calling a hot route. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. He'll throw on third down. Takes a hit as he fires. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to fourth.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Now on first down from the 28. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Wants to fire on second down. On the run, still looking. He'll try to do it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Here on third down for this offense. Just a short pass to the tight end. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
And the defense was ready when the receiver tried the tricky run.
Brings up second down.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Still looking on the move. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Buffalo. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And right down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Bringing it back. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return.
And the UMass offense will take over 1st and 10.
They'll get this drive started from the 29. Off the boot, looking for his man. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. Offense in an empty set.
Let's go! Let's go! Ready?
2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking to buy time. He'll pull it down. And he'll be brought down. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
UMass will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He'll try to take it back. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you've got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
They'll move the wide receiver. They want to throw it. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Man, you got to give credit to this defense. In the sudden change situation, they barely had a chance to even blink. Just a second ago, they were on the sidelines. All of a sudden, there's a turnover. They got to take the field. They're on their own goal line, and a phenomenal job getting lined up, communicating, and making sure that that pass play fell incomplete.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Quarterback may change this route. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
It's a bit of an interesting choice. You could break the tie with the field goal, but worst case scenario, you don't convert on fourth down, they're backed up in their own end. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw. Into the end zone. Touchdown Bulls. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Will take over. First and 10.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Just too much mustard on that. Can't miss the target that badly.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Pressure coming. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. They'll try to get it through the air. Here's the pressure. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. UMass getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Got some room to run. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Second half just about to get started, and UMass will kick it off. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds.
On the set.
The run from the shotgun. Gets it past the marker. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. And the Bulls just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Touchdown, Buffalo! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
This offense is high octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Boy, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lemon. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude,
Lofts one high and deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the back. Makes the catch. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down. UMass quickly back to the line.
offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
It's a big stride inside the 10. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Minutemen.
And you gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. They can do so many different things. He does a good job. He slips behind the defense. Defense doesn't know where he went. And what does he do? He gets in for 6.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Tough to beat MACtion, gentlemen. You know that. And let's take a look at the highlights. Bowling Green is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Akron. Any big developments here on the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. That's caught. It's Preston. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36. The Bulls can really attack on this second and short. They'll run play action. He's going to run it. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run and try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The offense changing the play. Now the play fake. to throw. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes there. And he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
Wants to throw on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on fourth down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot. And
the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it, slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Gonna swing it on second down. Shoots it to the left. Lost, the defense is wide open. It's a seam wide open. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Tight end trying to get in. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, UMass.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Back to pass on second down. Fires left. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
They'll send the back in motion. He might want another play. From the gun on third down. Quickly out to the tight end. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Moving out of the pocket. He'll get rid of it. And incomplete on the deep ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's got him this time.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Get it out on the screen. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. And the Bulls will hustle to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the middle. It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth, all tied up. So we open the final period with a third down play. Gets the back moving. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. I got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
The Bulls will snap it on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. To the air on 2nd down. He's got him. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Wants to adjust the pattern. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Buffalo! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The UMass offense returns to the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man.
You know, it's one thing to have all the accolades preseason and have all the expectations, but it's another thing to be able to go out and execute week in, week out. He's done that. He now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the year.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Now he'll turn and throw back to the right. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. UMass quickly back to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the left. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Yeah, and he's over 150 yards now. Featuring this guy, featuring this weapon, you know he's a mismatch, and you're going to exploit it. Great job by the offense.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. UMass just trying to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Defense in press coverage. Wants to go up top. Forced out of the pocket. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. These corners backing off a bit. He'll need some juice in that arm on 3rd and long. Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And that is a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play, but the defense came up big in a big moment.
Got the quick completion. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
So now it's 2nd and long.
Get set, get set.
Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Trying to escape and get it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Buffalo.
It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Fires on the move. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. And they'll get him down after a solid return. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged out of the air. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
Second down.
Wants to pass the clock an enemy. He's got the tight end. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, UMass.
And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth, and the stage will be set for a great finish. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. Close to the end zone, and the ball's out. How could this happen? Huge mistake, and the defense cashes in with a touchdown, and they're a point away from tying it up.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Buffalo.
And now they're going to go for 2 and the possible win, and this crowd rises up to try to make it tough. He's looking to pass. He makes the grab. The 2-point try is good, and they take the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds.
On the ready.
Making side adjustments here. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. And the offense will take the penalty, move the ball forward, and save the down. Deep zone coverage here by the defense. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He's taking a deep shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Looking for more room. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more